name is Miriam. I'm a yoga and mindfulness teacher. I'm also a writer and a blogger. I arrived in Dubai in 2010, and in 2013 I got diagnosed. And how did this happen? I was very much involved with my work at that time. I was handling the distribution of a big cosmetic company regionally, so I was also traveling a lot. And eventually, in 2013, I started to get a bit tired and lose lots of weight. And eventually I had this, like kind of lump starting to grow in the neck area. Unfortunately, I kind of ignored it for the first few weeks. I was really, really busy and involved, and the career was so important for me. So I kind of ignored it until my mom came over and visited me in Dubai, and I told her very randomly about this lump, and she literally got so anxious. They literally shouted at me and told me, just go and check now what's going on. And I did. Even at that point, you don't really know to whom to go, what kind of doctor are you going to see for that. So I started to go to a generalist doctor, and they couldn't really find from blood tests, from different analysis, x-rays, etc., what was going on. So they had to do a biopsy. So they extracted a little bit of piece, and sorry to go into details, but this is how it went. And eventually they discovered that it was from cancer cells, and it was actually Hodgkin's lymphoma. It was at stage 3. There are 4 stages, and this is how the journey started. Well, it was really a mix of so many emotions, but the first one was it can sound a little bit silly, but it was like, oh no, I have so much to do with my work. I am so busy right now. So I started to feel that things were very unfair, a kind of frustration feeling, but also the fear came up, quite pretty soon. And it was just like the fear of passing away, because the stage was already quite advanced. And all the different, lymph nodes started to degenerate some time back. I even really didn't notice. But then when they did that PET scan, it was already all over my body and starting to get more concentrated around the sternum and heart area. So it was lots of fear. So I had to go through 4 cycles, what we call cycles of chemotherapy, which is every 15 days go to this injection. But it's not just an injection into your vein, it's like literally half a day of liters and liters of chemotherapy products going through the veins. And 4 cycles meant 8 months. I'm not yes, correct. 4 months of treatments. But eventually I started to heal very quickly. The nodes started to disappear more quickly than expected. So I did actually about 3.5 months treatment for chemotherapy, then rested for about 1 month, and then had 1 month of 21 sessions of radiotherapy. It's something you cannot really plan, but it comes with the time, and you start to really understand more and more what you're up to. You understand more yourself as a person and how you react to things. My reaction was not to let the disease take over in all aspects of my life. So my first decision was to keep on working. I did not stop. I did not quit my job, which I really loved. I kept on going to the office. I spoke to my GM, my HR at that time. We accommodated timings around the chemotherapy schedules, and it went on like this. So that really helped me to keep up that activity. It was tiring, yes, but I was lucky enough to be young and to maybe be able to support and handle that heavy treatment. So that was one thing. The other thing was that I was already practicing a bit of yoga before, but then the chemotherapy, the treatments, and all I felt with all those chemicals within the body, because that's what chemotherapy is. At the end, it's literally a chemical bomb that you're sending out within the cells to destroy every cells, and only the good ones are regenerating. So this is how it destroys the cancer cells. That's really summarized, but this is how it works. But with so many chemicals in my system, I thought that yoga would be such a great thing to keep on doing. So even though I was tired sometimes, I remember every week, that was every Saturday, I was going to a full yoga class. I was trying to do the full 1 hour and 20 minutes of a gentle hatha flow. And from the breathing and all that process, that was really helping my body to recuperate faster and to detox. And to extend on the detox, what also helped me a lot was just to change my nutrition patterns. I really had I spent lots of time searching for what was good for the body, how to avoid disease in the body. I happened to learn more about what raw diet is about, what alkaline diet is about. I bought a juicer machine that really helped me to juice so many vegetables and foods. And I think that was part of the process to overcome all of this. But at the end of all, it was really that positivity and strength that I have found. I don't know where from, but it was really within. And I remember one day, Aisha, I was in front of my mirror, and I surprised myself talking to the cancer. And I said, you know what? You're not going to win. I have already won this battle. I will not let you do this to me. So my mental strength was also there. Where even the water from the shower was really burning my skin every time I was taking a shower. So it's really affecting a lot what you look like and how people are perceiving you as well. I really noticed that there were very different reactions, and I totally understand that and I respect that. First is starting with my work environment. People started to see changes, but it was still like very small here and there. After a few months, when they wouldn't see me for some time, then yes, they would really notice. And I was surprised because I would say, like at work, in the office, most of them had enough decency not to even mention about it, even though they knew something was going on. They just stayed normal and friendly and okay. So I found it very respectful, very decent from them. From the friends environment, obviously I just told them right away. I was a pretty social person, and I really wanted to continue, having my social life as much as I could, and if my energy would be allowing it. So from the friends' perspective, some of them reacted okay, very sorry, and started to just support as much as they could, even though I'm a kind of proud character, and I would just say, no, I'm fine. So I would kind of reject that. But unfortunately, I have lost 2 friends. 2 of them just stopped calling, and that's why we all have very different behaviors and reactions to such diseases, and which are closer to, like sometimes that can really be a kind of dark ending. So I think it all depends. But then the family reacted okay. I'm someone, once again, who really likes to stay discreet about my life in general. And so even through my family, because I'm in Dubai, most of my family is in France, I have a little bit in the US, and I just avoided to mention as much as possible, because they would be probably the most anxious and worrying about me, even on top of it being far away. So I just said to my parents to kind of try to keep it discreet. There is one very single thing that comes really much first and on top of all other learnings I've been through that journey, is how important it is to come back to the body sensations and to the emotions especially. I think my emotions were shut off for several months or years while I was really much working, and I think the body got a little bit ignored in terms of feeling aches, emotional breakdowns, burnout, etc. And the mental activity took over, and I started to just come back to what the body was about, what the emotional world was about. And we actually have a huge active emotional body, which I have learned even more in details with my practice of yoga, meditation, and emotional therapies as well, which I do, which I have certified in. So that's the very much one thing. And the other one is that now I know I really look good with my short hair. I have super short hair, and I love it.